Hello, I'm Marcello Argenziano and this is OM Democracy Online Ads for Everyone. And the topic of today's short talk is what startup founders and small medium business owners should optimize first when running online ads. And basically I want to talk today about what the initial focus and effort should be. And I'll just start with the breaking down real quick the timeline of a typical timeline and of the project management cycle when I work with online ads and where then this topic originates. Okay, so basically the normally when working on projects together, the initial phase includes the exchange of information, brainstorming, discussing the ideas, and then based on that defining the action points, right? And then these action points are implemented, the campaigns are created, they're set up, and then once the campaigns are running, we kind of analyze the data, and then based on that formulate some improvements, define the action steps and implement them again. And so you have this continuous cycle of analysis and improvement. Okay, and so obviously I've done this a lot of times, for more than 100 clients in the past almost decade. But what happens is that many small medium business owners or startup founders, they lack experience with the online ads, and most of the times with the clients I work with, they've never run online ads, and they kind of have a limited amount of budget, which is normally around $5,000, not more than $5,000 per month to dedicate to, and so in ads budget. And so what happens is on top of that, you have they've talked to various people, they have various sources, they've seen YouTube videos, they've talked to influencers, they read blog posts, they talked with other colleagues and so forth. So it is difficult then to filter the useful information from the non-useful information, and to apply then this information in the specific in the appropriate time. Okay, when and basically it is then difficult to apply this information in the right time. Okay, when it needs to be implemented, and because you can really optimize a lot in the online ads. So basically what I want to do then is kind of define a hierarchy of optimization of what you really should focus on first. Okay, and the number one thing for me is the offer. Okay, like the offer validation of what you're offering, because basically we're talking, okay, is there a product market fit there? Okay, because this is the most important thing that also goes outside of the ads, but no amount of ads can fix this. And basically when we're talking about the offer, we're talking about pricing, delivery method, value proposition. Okay, and basically this is something that you should kind of have work towards and kind of optimize first. Okay, like doesn't matter if the campaigns are set up ideally, but then the offer doesn't work, and it's not right, then the campaigns won't perform. Okay, so this is really the most important thing, that this is right. And this is why basically online ads also work best for established businesses already, which are already doing okay, because the offer has already been tested. Okay, so what you're basically doing is just you're amplifying the potential of it, right? So this being said, if the offer is right already and it has been checked, it has been proved to work, then one should have a look at which online ad platform to use. Okay, because there are different platforms out there. There's Google, there's YouTube, within Google there's YouTube, also there's Google search, There is Facebook, Meta, Instagram. There's Pinterest, there's LinkedIn, and so forth. So there's a lot of other. There's X.com, Twitter, X Twitter. So there are a lot of platforms, a lot of different ad campaigns, a lot of different targeting options, and basically what happens, like what if you have the right amount or the sufficient amount of budget, what I always kind of recommend is to try to spread out your, let's say, testing as far as possible, because what happens is that you might get a cost per result on one platform, which is, let's say, now about $50, and on the other platform is $25, right? And which is a big difference. And this has happened many times with my clients, where the earlier you figure this out, the more ads budget and cost you can save, because you're talking about getting the same result at the half of the price. Okay, obviously not all of the clients have these options, and so one based on experience and research tries then to work with the most appropriate platform. But if there's the budget, what I really would recommend is to really try different platforms, because again the results can really vary in effectiveness among the various platforms. Okay. And then, so this was point number two. The third, if the platform has been identified, comes the campaign selection. Okay, like using the campaign, the right campaign, the right campaign type, the right campaign structure, and so we're talking search ads, we're talking video ads, we're talking lead generation ads, and so forth. And then once that is defined, you go on to the audience, to the targeting aspect, and once that is right, you go to the ads, and we're talking about the ads formats, right? Like video, carousel ads, single image ads, and so forth. Okay, and so this is basically it. This is the hierarchy on based on my experience on how you should approach things. Now, why am I saying this? Just to give you a practical example, I had this the other day where I started running ads with a client, a month ago, and then he goes, I talked to this Google Ads representative, or Facebook Ads representative, what. That's a topic for another video that if I'll make a video about it, I'll link it in the description below. But basically, you have to take into account that these representatives normally have little practical experience in managing the ads. Okay, and so they just study the best practices on the ad platforms, and then they go on and give suggestions. Okay, so. Which is good, but it's very basic suggestions. So what I want to say with this is that basically resulting from this, then the client came to me and say, hey, why don't we I talked with a representative, and they said, okay, that we should improve our ad strength. Okay, and what I said to the client was, look, yes, they're right, we should improve the ad strength, but I'm trying to give you the best bang for your buck right now, and right now the priority is to optimize the audience, or we're talking about Google Ads in this example. We should work on the keyword selection more. Okay, because that's where it's basically the changes are more efficient and effective. Okay, now this does not mean that you should kind of set up online ads with poor quality, that you should neglect it. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you should kind of approach it with I would say the minimal viable approach, minimal viable proposition, which is used also in the startup theory and industry, where you say, okay, I'm trying to set up something at the beginning which is kind of good enough, okay, with minimal effort and maximum results. And basically what I want to do, or what my goal is to just quickly test if the ad platform if the settings are right and there are okay results, okay? And once this is confirmed, you can go on and kind of put more effort into that and kind of optimize it. I mean, on an ad level, you can do so many things. You can do ad extension, you can improve the ad descriptions, the headlines, the kind of make sure that the keywords are then reflected in the ad headlines. And there's a lot of improvements you can do. But I think what is most important and what is most efficient in the first steps is just to identify if things work, and then once this is confirmed, and which in the case of this client we are still testing. Well, once this is confirmed, you can go on and kind of put more effort into that, right? I mean, ideally, the client has a lot of online ads budget, a lot of budget to kind of put into management services, and then obviously you can approach the whole thing in a very detailed and very advanced manner and just optimize everything at once. But honestly, this is not how the clients I work with, which are small medium business owners and startup founders, that's normally not how they approach things, or how the project works, right? Working with optimized budgets. So just sharing my final thoughts here. The online ads, as a marketing channel, the good thing is that they provide flexibility in being able to choose the scalability of things, right? So once you find the right setting, you can scale them up more or less easily, compared to other channels. And so I think you should kind of use that to your advantage to kind of set things up quickly and then test and iterate quickly. And again, the more budget you have, the more optimization possibilities you have, obviously. But I would still, approach things with the hierarchy I mentioned, being, again, platform, campaign type, audience / targeting, and then ads, And, this structure improves efficiency and maximizes results. So, what do you think? Does this fit with your, experience? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you've gotten this far, you might as well give it a like or a subscribe. And you might consider booking a one-on-one consultation through my Upwork profile below. Everything, the links are in the description. So as usual, thank you for listening.